Everybody, it's your favorite Black single mother here, and today I want to jump into this discussion real quickly. I just finished watching Cynthia G's video on Patreon. You all check her out over there. It's www.patreon.com/Cynthia G. So apparently word on the street is that y'all's victim, your internet son that you've been infantizing all over the internet, apparently he has other babies with other baby mamas. That's correct. Baby mama's not married. Of course, y'all know how these knickknacks do. So word on the street is that he actually has a child already that no one's known about. And then he actually has other women pregnant at the same time as Draya Michele. So I did another video where I went in and gave my unpopular opinion about how Jalen Green is nobody's victim. I knew I was going to probably get some pushback because one thing that America loves to do is baby Black men. Cynthia G, all I have to say is she's right and she's always right. And I'm saying that in present tense. She is always right. Cynthia G was right. Cynthia G is right. Because Black males have to have the most privilege than any other group in the world. Like, they just keep messing up and falling on their faces over and over and over. And like, literally no one holds them accountable. When people do try to hold them accountable, everybody comes out the woodworks. Usually it's Black women, mammies, pick-me's, and women who just don't know any better yet, because we've also been brainwashed and under Black male worship. And we come out in droves, start stumping in the streets, screaming, throwing up signs, whatever, doing what we have to do to defend the fact that a Black male is being held accountable for something that he did to himself. So apparently, I wanted to read this really quickly. So I was doing my research. I found a TikTok, something on Twitter. I'm sorry. It's a Twitter post. And this guy was talking about, so there were parts of the year, especially January, where I was legitimately questioning the maturity of Jalen Green. His talent has always been evident. His effort levels and commitment at times seemed to wane. His confidence was a roller coaster. Did he need a fresh start somewhere else? Was he someone the Rockets could really build on as a primary start along with Alpi to build a true contender? Or did he need to be traded to get that star player from somewhere else? I've never been against trading Green. I've just been against stupidly trading Green. If he wasn't going in a deal to bring back an elite proven star player, and I'm not talking about someone 33 years old or older, I mean a younger legit two-way star, then there was no reason to trade him. I was in favor of bringing Green off the bench, a move he apparently considered but didn't actually do. I guess he said I don't know who that is. Im's patience has paid off. Yeah, he's talking about Im. So Green then was revealed to be the expecting father of a child with Draya Michele, nearly 20 years his elder, with this turned into a distraction. So apparently everybody's worried about her age. I'm like, how is that any of y'all's business? Who cares how old she is? They're both adults, right? They're both legally adults, right? So what does that the fuck have to do with you? I would love to know why. When do people all start feeling like they have a right to tell people how many kids they can have or who they can have the kids with? Like, who are you? Who are these people? But then these are the same people that'll be sitting here online crying all over the internet that's like saying that they're being judged for being childless. They're going to be the same ones judging women for being single mothers. So make it make sense. So for Jalen, it's actually turned into a galvanizing moment. He is now more motivated than ever. He turned something that could have been perceived as a negative into a complete positive. I don't even know why it would be a negative because I don't know why it's anyone's business. I'm actually really shocked that we're even having this conversation. I mean, men have been doing forever, having kids with very much younger women. Sometimes they're even underage. So what are we doing here? Why do we care? We already know that you have male privilege. He is a grown man. How tall is he? 6'8" or something with muscles? Like, you really think Lil Draya Michele was really manipulating? Like, we doing that here? Child by. Like, all the women being thrown at Jalen, I already did say this in my other video, so y'all know that what time it is. Like, I've already been there. I have all boys, so I can tell you right now, and like one of them is a man, another one's almost a man, that boys, my sons, I'm not saying are like this, but I know American boys, I've seen it forever, and I'm a girl myself. They manipulate. They've been manipulating girls since we were in middle school trying to get sex from us. And now you're trying to say a grown 22-year-old professional NBA basketball player was manipulated into getting pregnant by a woman much smaller. Anyways, Green isn't just playing his best ball of the season. He's playing his best ball ever. So this guy apparently is saying that Green is playing wonderfully even after he apparently was victimized and got a woman who is, the guy had to say, 20 years his senior, who, he's somehow playing even better than ever. So it doesn't seem like Jalen Green is really bothered by the fact that he has a woman pregnant who's quote unquote 20 years his senior. Okay. Everyone else is more bothered than Jalen Green is bothered. In fact, Jalen Green went and got himself a tattoo of Draya Michele. Is that name Draya Michele? Yeah, Draya Michele on his stomach. So to me, it seems like he actually showed it online. He took off his t-shirt, showed it online. Like, it seems like he's very comfortable with what he's doing and very into Draya Michele, especially given the rumors that he has other kids. He already has another child and he has kids on the way. So to my knowledge, he doesn't have any other woman on his person except Draya Michele. So he seems to be just fine with her age. I don't know why anyone else cares. People are acting like he's a freaking hole miner and that we need to go save the day, once more throw our capes on and go cape for Jalen Green and save him from the little old woman of Draya Michele, who is apparently this big villain all of a sudden because she's 38 years old. Just because she's 38, she is still a woman. He is still stronger than her. He still has to insert himself into her. She cannot, it's very unlikely she's about to be raping him and forcing him to give her a baby. Okay, so people can come up with all the scenarios they want to, but bottom line is Jalen Green put himself in that situation to even allow that position to happen. He didn't even have to be around her in that room, nothing. You're not manipulating a 22-year-old guy, especially nowadays. Yeah, right. So let me go ahead and look into this story more to see if I can verify that there are children on the way and a baby that's already out there somewhere that nobody knew about. So like I said, Jalen Green seems to be completely happy with his family situation, as he's put it himself. Those are his words, not mine. With the 20 years his senior, Draya Michele. And of course, like, I feel like the real outrage, one, is the pick-me's, the people who are jealous of Draya Michele, the women who feel like they cannot get a Jalen Green because of their big age, or maybe because they're not a preference, whatever. I feel like for them it's jealousy. I feel like for the males, especially the incels, they are upset because now, you know, how dare a single mother know that she can not only pull a Jalen Green with not one but two kids by two different men, but she can also pull a Jalen Green with not one but two different men and then be 38 years old, where we were supposed to have hit the wall somewhere. So yeah, that's what their outrage is really coming from those males who with the big microphones. That's where they're getting mad, because they're like, how dare you know that you're going to have. So now it's another Sierra moment with Russell Wilson, where it's like, oh my gosh, we do not want Black single mothers or single mothers in general to get the idea that they can go get high value or high earning men at an age that they're supposed to be like hit the wall. How is this happening? We're supposed to be the ones that are so desired. We're supposed to be making it like so that we have more access to these women. So we're supposed to be trying to like put their value down and tell them, oh, if you have a child already, just take whatever you can get because your value is in hell somewhere. It's like way on the floor. Like you just can't get anyone else. That's what they're telling single mothers, Black single mothers in general. They're telling us that we're used goods, that we're just good for pumping and dumping at this point because we dare to have kids and we're not married. The father ran off. So now again, we have to wear the scarlet letter of shame because we stuck around and did the right thing and raised our kids, even if it was hard and we have to do it on our own. But of course, that doesn't get us any awards, does it, you guys? Instead, it gets us a lot of criticism, shame, bullying, name calling, you name it. And it's happening to Black single mothers and mothers and single mothers in general. But yeah, I feel like it's really just men trying to control women once more and wanting us to get back in the kitchen and get married and be imprisoned under their rule. And they don't like that we are seeing that we can go on to have a successful life. We can go get married and have a husband who actually is high earning, makes a lot of money. Oh my gosh, Gas doesn't have any children himself and gets with the woman who has a child. How dare he? Which actually is my situation, happened with me. So it does happen even to us normal, quote unquote, normal women. And that's why I made my channel, because I want to educate single moms and Black single mothers, especially, that what people are saying on the internet are all lies. They are trying to knock down your self-esteem so that mediocre as males can have access to you. That's really what this is all about. And then the women want to feel like they want to other you. They want to say, I'm not like that female over there. I'm not like that woman over there. Like, I'm better than her. I've got the ring, or I don't have any kids. I'm childless. Look at me. I'm so special. That's what they're doing over there. So they're trying to be in competition. So that's really what is going on with the married women, the single women who don't have children, the childless women. Like, that's what's going on with them, is they're jealous and or competing with single mothers. So they feel like, well, everyone's kind of coming down on them because they have a child. And we're going to use this to our advantage so that we can also open up the access that we have to the pool of males to choose from. So if we're shitting on single mothers or Black single mothers, we can basically make it where we have even more men who find us desirable, because a lot of times, let's keep it a buck, these guys don't want pick-me's. They don't want the mammies, because if they did, they would just go be with them. Like, there's a lot of them available. They can't wait to get married. They're crying all over the internet about how much they want to get married, pick-me, and that's why they're called pick-me's. And it's like, they just cannot wait to have a master. They cannot wait to be enslaved and thrown into their married single mother status. So it's like, why aren't you marrying these women? Why aren't they getting picked? Please go pick these women so they can stop crying all over the internet. But the thing that sucks is, even after they're married, they still have to come, like, circle back and talk about single moms, when it's like, why are we any of your business? You got picked. Like, go sit down somewhere. I'm going to show you all what I just had to do when I was trolling on Facebook, going through some comments, this comment section on this one woman's post, and she is married. Of course, she had to throw in her little Christianity. And the reality is, y'all, if you're not following a certain religion, why are you talking to me? Your rules are not my rules. I do not follow Christianity. I am spiritual. I am not even religious. So whatever you're talking about ain't got nothing to do with me. It's just like if you're a Muslim or a Jew, like, they have their own rules. Like, for instance, Muslims, can't they have like more than one wife? They don't do that in Christianity, supposedly. They don't do that in Judaism. So you have different rules based on whatever religion you are. If I don't ascribe to any of those religions, then what you're talking about right now has nothing to do with me. You can bring up the Bible all you want to. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's actually happening that people aren't even talking about. Like, for instance, I'm going to show my video where they were God was showing favor to single mothers. Oh my gosh, newsflash. And a lot of times Christians, they just want to tell you what they want to tell you. They don't even read their own Bible. I don't think they even know what the heck is going on in the Bible half the time. Or they do know, and they're purposely gaslighting and leaving it out and manipulating single moms and women in general to make us feel guilty and shame for not being married. It's actually really irresponsible to force women into marriage, especially Black women, because we are usually out earning the men. But even if you're not out earning them, it's just dangerous that the Black femicide rates are very high. Women are not going to be happy. And we're seeing women all over the place saying, I'm a married single mother. So what are you signing up for when you get married? Are you even protected when you get married? We see the trad wives coming out, the ex-trad wives coming out and admitting, I am broke. I don't have anything. Like, I was married for 24 years and I ironed his shirts and washed his dirty drawers and did everything you could think of. And I left with nothing. So really, is it really still responsible to even be pushing marriage on women still? What truly is the benefit? This is not the 1960s or the 1800s where women couldn't get jobs. Women can actually work. They can actually make their own money. They can actually have an income. And I honestly would not even recommend a woman getting with a guy if she couldn't have her own, because you're setting yourself up for disaster. I feel like it's almost like male nature or human nature to take advantage of people. If you don't make any money and he's the breadwinner, 9 times out of 10, he will be abusive to you, whether it's financial abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse. It's going to be this fairy tale that you think it's going to be. He's not going to just be like, oh, honey, you can go sit at home and I'm going to go to work and bust my ass and I'm going to come home and help you with the kid. That's very unlikely. You all should already know that, because everywhere you look on the internet, you see everyone crying about all the guys talking about 50-50-50. We want to go 50-50. What are you going to contribute? What are you going to contribute? What are you going to bring to the table? Like, what table? I remember my ex said that to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? What table? There's a saying where women are like, I am the table. Like, I don't even know what that means either. I'm not a fucking table. Do not put plates on me. I am contributing because I have this body that God gave me and I can create babies. And that's a lot of work in and of itself. And then when the baby comes out, I'm the one that has to take care of it majority of the time, because you can't do it if you're at work. And you aren't going to do it when you get home either half the time, because you're doing whatever. They think they can come home and relax and go watch TV because they've had a long day at work. And you're here cooking and cleaning. Your day is still going until you lay the baby down. So what are you talking about? What am I bringing to the table? That's what I'm bringing to the table. I'm raising the future of our family. I'm raising a whole entire fucking legacy. I'm helping you, supporting you so you don't have to pay for daycare. That's why I'm staying at home with the kids, which is allowing you to put our money wherever it needs to go. You can make as much money as you want. You can invest it in things that you should be doing if you're smart with your finances. There's a million things that women are bringing to the table as far as value that they don't even care about. They don't even consider it. We don't get paid for it. It's called free fucking labor. And if you think about it, what does that sound like? It sounds like slavery. It sounds like mass incarceration. It sounds like prison. It sounds like I'm just going to marry you because I already know that you're going to be my maid, my nanny, my nurse, everything I could think of, my employee that I'm not going to pay, everything you could think of under the sun, that's what a wife is. Or what do they call it in the Bible? Oh, quote unquote, helpmate. That's what we are. We're helping our husbands. And then, so while they're building their careers and making all this money and moving up the ladder and, taking on affairs, whatever they're doing with themselves, we're just sitting at home with no value. And then once he leaves us for the younger woman, which is why they have this thing called the First Wives Club, which everyone seems to have forgotten about, or the women rights movement, which every woman seems to have forgotten about as well, where women were demanding to have more equality so they can get the fuck out of the kitchen. Once that all happens and he leaves you, like, what do you have to show for it? Oh, 24 years of servitude. Like, how do you put that on a resume? This one ex-trad wife said the man literally laughed her out the damn office. Like, he literally laughed. She tried to go get a job after 24 years of being there for her husband, doing everything. She was actually helping him run the family business, and she still couldn't get a job. So what chance do you think you have? If you don't continue working and pulling your own weight, what chance do you think you have? And at the end of the day, what I really think is crazy is, why do you care? Why do you care what other people are doing? Why are you talking to other people, trying to shame them into living a lifestyle that they're not living? If you're a single mother and you're living your life, like, unless she comes to you for some advice on like how to get a husband or whatever, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why are you shaming people into oblivion and trying to make us feel bad because we don't have husbands? We don't have husbands for a lot of reasons, and it ain't because we can't get one. A lot of women have left their husbands for whatever reason, or they're choosing to just center themselves and just live their best lives and focus more on their children and not having to cater to a overgrown child. They're just minding their business. So who are you to come up out the woodworks and then be like, oh, I'm promoting Christianity and I'm not even a Christian. So then what? Now what? Exactly. So I'm going to show you all the videos. Jalen Green is living his life. He's not worried about anybody anywhere. He seems to be very happy. And in this article, it actually talks about how he is addressing the baby news with his girlfriend, Draya, and he seems to be very proud to call them his family. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So Jalen Green said Jalen Green is feeling motivated on and off the court. So you remember the Twitter post I just read where the guy was saying, like, Jalen Green is playing better than ever. We were worried, like, oh, he's got this woman who's 20 years older that's pregnant. Like, is that going to be like a whole thing? The only reason why that would have been a whole thing is because people like him would make it a whole thing. Like, because people are running their mouths, putting their business and their big nose where it doesn't belong. That's why it would have been a whole thing. Because before we even found out about Draya Michele being pregnant with Jalen Green, she was already pregnant with Jalen Green's baby. They were already dating. They were already having sex. They were already minding their business. We didn't know anything about it, and he was living his life. Now that we know, who do you think caused the whole drama about it? Everybody else who has nothing to do with Draya Michele and Jalen Green and their baby that's on the way. So let me continue. After the Houston Rockets star, who's 22 years old, scored a career-high 42 points in his team's win against the Washington Wizards Tuesday, he shared what has been motivating him during his games. My family, he said, and my baby. So he doesn't sound like he's much of a victim, does he? Green's girlfriend, Draya Michele, is currently pregnant with their first child, a baby girl due in May. On March 8th, the Basketball Wives alum, age 39, announced her pregnancy in honor of International Women's Day, alongside a carousel of maternity photos. And people are just angry about this. Men, how can you say we've hit the wall if women are having babies at 39, like Ashanti having a baby at 43 with Nelly, and everyone's just like, oh my gosh, no, you're supposed to be off the mark. You're supposed to be hit the wall, or you're supposed to be anchored down with some marriage. It's just like, let people live their lives. Let people live their lives as they see fit. And the woman that was pushing Christianity or whatever her views were on people, she was like, well, I could tell Ashanti. How do you know Ashanti want marriage? Like, you just about reading minds now? Like, we're that desperate to push your agenda on people that now we're fucking psychic. Now you're psychic. You're figuring out what is Ashanti having since we're here. So here it says, we are overjoyed to share our love for you, little girl. She captioned the post. I'm excited to speak words to the daughter I never thought I'd have. We are anxious about your arrival, but take your time. This world can be tough. Michelle added, but you are being brought into a space of love, security, and adornment. And it just really is not my business. Like, I literally would not even be talking about this if everybody wasn't crying all over the internet talking about Green is a victim. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So although the Mint Swim founder did not tag the father of her child in the post, NBA star Kyle Kuzma congratulated both Green and Michelle in the comments. It's up family at Jalen at Draya Michele. He wrote, in the comment section before Michelle turned the comments off on the post. So he's apparently like busting, breaking open the news or whatever you call it, bursting the bubble. I don't know what you call it when you're just telling people's business. He's telling people's business. So the couple faced backlash over the pregnancy news due to their 17-year age gap. I cannot believe people care. Like, why is it your business? When did we become so nosy as a society and so judgmental? I mean, people are doing so many weird things in this country at this moment and in this world. This is what we're outraged about? Okay. So Michelle's former Basketball Wives co-star Megan James tweeted, 17 years is wild. Having fun with a younger guy is cool because y'all both grown. Having a baby by one that's the same age as your son speaks a lot about your character as a person. Like, this is what I mean. What character? Like, she could... Y'all, I'm trying not to lose it. So they said other social media users even labeled Michelle as a predator. It must be so nice to be a grown-ass black male. Like, this, all the protection you get must be so nice. So following the backlash, the former reality star posted a cryptic meme on Instagram about being misunderstood. She said, get comfortable being misunderstood. Only a fraction of people will be able to truly grasp your essence. You are not on anyone else's timeline of comprehension, the post read. And also, it's none... Oh my gosh, her son looked just like her. So cute. Anyways, hold on, let me say this real quick. So she said, it's also none of your business how others choose to perceive you. Most High sees you clearly. Let that be enough. And I agree with her. It's no one's business. But unless you're about to come pay these bills, please get out of my face. Rumors began surfacing last year that Green and Michelle were dating. The athlete who signed a 4-year, $40.8 million contract with the Rockets in 2021 even has her name tattooed on his lower stomach. Michelle is also a mom to son Kaneko, age 21, whose father is unknown to the public, and son Drew, age 7, whom she shares with ex-fiance Orlando Skandrick. So I still haven't seen any confirmation that Green has other kids out there, but I definitely believe it. One second. Okay, so here we have the article saying 2 women are claiming they are having Rockets Jalen Green's baby along with Draya Michele. And it's funny because, of course, this is so typical Black bandits. If you're just claiming one baby because that's your preference or whatever the reason, but he's not claiming the other ones. Does this sound familiar? Like Tristan Thompson and so many other bandits out there. So NBA's Jalen Green has found himself in a wild twist of fate as rumors swirl about a Houston bartender claiming she's had his child. The unexpected parallel between these two situations has sent shockwaves through the basketball community and beyond, as fans scramble to make sense of this bizarre situation, which is not really bizarre. It's just basically typical bandit behavior, having children all over the place with different women. They've been doing this forever. I don't know why this is like a moment. And you know why people are really literally crying in their soup right now or trying to be confused is because they labeled little Jalen Green, his big 6'8" self, as a whole victim, and he's out here just living his best life. He doesn't know what y'all are talking about, and he's not slowing down anytime soon. Boys literally be manipulating girls into sex like when we're like younger. They become predators before we're even thinking about sex. But now suddenly this grown, no, I'm not gonna say mature. There's a grown, and I was saying mature as an age, like he's a grown man. Okay, he's a grown man. So now this 22-year-old grown NBA basketball player who we all know have women just being thrown at them left and right is suddenly a victim because a woman who's quite a bit older got with him. That's his choice. He doesn't seem to have any issue with Draya Michele, so why do you? That's their choice. They're 2 grown consenting adults and they're having a baby together and they actually seem like they're very much in love. Why is anyone else bothered? Oh, because it doesn't follow the narrative that no one wants a single mother. It doesn't follow the narrative that after you hit a certain age, you're used goods. Nobody wants you. Nobody's going to want to deal with you, especially a guy that's high earning. We're not going to have that. So God forbid you have that out in the public that someone, and don't trust and believe this is already happening. But the fact that Draya Michele is in the public eye and doing this is going to be giving women ideas like, oh, wow, so I can be 39 and land a great guy and have a baby with him at 39 years old. It's not over for me after all. Maybe I haven't hit the wall at 39. So males do not want women to be getting these ideas. You know, they're pissed off still at Sierra and Russell. They literally had their 4th child on the way. They've been married for like a decade, probably longer than a lot of marriages have lasted in America. And there's still people that's angry, mostly males, angry at her for daring to quote unquote choose better and get with Russell Wilson. And these guys in the comments were hilarious. Like, they're coming up with these sorry ass reasons. This one guy was talking about, oh, Russell Wilson is not cool. What are we in high school? Are we in middle school? Are we in elementary school? Like, cool. He's like, how old is he? Like a 40-some-year-old man or 50-some? Don't nobody care who's cool or not at a certain age. Is he paying the bills? Yes. Is he taking care of his kids? Yes. Is he taking care of his wife? Yes. He's cool. He cool with me. That sounds like manhood. Like, that's what I'm gonna take that kind of cool. Like, I'll take that. If that's a man standing on business, that's a man standing on business. Like, what Future is doing, he may look cool, but he's a child. He's a overgrown child, having kids with a bunch of different women, not taking responsibility for any of them, not being accountable to anything. That's disgusting. Should nobody want that? And why are we putting it on a pedestal over Russell Wilson? So let me continue. So NBA Jalen Green has found himself in a wild twist of fate as rumors swirl about a Houston bartender claiming she's had his child. And of course she's going to come out and say this because he don't seem like he's claiming a child. And I think that's why he made a point to finally come out and speak and say, oh, Draya Michele and I are having our baby, because he knew this was probably coming up. And it's like, okay, well, if he doesn't say he's claiming his child, he did claim Draya Michele's baby on the way. So maybe he isn't having a child with the bartender, but I bet he probably having a child with the bartender, or probably already had a child with the bartender. So the unexpected parallel between these two situations has sent shockwaves through the basketball community and beyond. There is no shockwave over here, trust and believe. As fans scramble to make sense of this bizarre situation, social media is abuzz with speculation and memes galore, with drama rivaling any reality TV show. This is unexpected turn of events has everyone wondering what will happen next in this real-life soap opera, which is really how people are looking at this man's life. The incident has sparked a media frenzy with speculations and rumors running wild. Despite the show of attention surrounding the scandal, the details remain murky and clouded in uncertainty, which is probably how it's going to remain, just like with Tristan Thompson and any other male that decides they don't want to claim certain kids, but will claim others. The situation has left fans and followers alike eager for more information to surface. Wild rumor has it that the Houston's bartender's name is Maya, and she's named her and Jalen's child Peace, and this is how things are going down with the rumors. So Maya had her second baby with Jalen in February, yet post her pregnancy photo shoot the day after Draya posted hers in March, a whole month after giving birth, months after hiding her pregnancy from the world. Coincidence? I think not. She clearly feels some type of way about her pregnancy by Jalen not getting as much press and attention as Draya's pregnancy has been getting. And of course, Draya's pregnancy is getting all that attention, one, because she's almost 20 years older than him, and because she's actually like some type of a celebrity. So they're going to focus on what sells. They don't know this Maya girl. Like, him having a baby with some other girl that's probably close to his age is not newsworthy. It's not going to, get the eyeballs on their articles. So they have to talk about whatever they think is going to trend, what people are going to actually care about, what the salacious, crazy rumors that everyone's going to talk about forever, which is none of our business, but we're going to talk about it. So she's saying, so they said, why is she starting to post about her pregnancy and her baby now? If you read her comments on her TikTok and Instagram, even her close friends didn't know she was pregnant until last month. They are all posting comments like, I can't believe you didn't tell me. So from pregnancy claims to celebrity reactions, this roller coaster ride through the world of pop culture has left fans questioning what's real and what's just another tabloid tale. In all of these rumors, one thing is clear. Jalen Green is obsessed with having multiple women all to himself. How is that clear if he hasn't copped anything? He hasn't agreed. He hasn't confirmed anything. So it's you're either believing that he has these kids or he doesn't. How is that clear? So in a few months, his cougar girlfriend, okay, Draya Michele, will also give birth. The drama isn't ending soon. Hey, hats off to the cougars. Am I right? Do we have a name for the guys? Are they just oldies? I don't know. The old men Al Pacino and Robert De Niro with their babies, and they're have one foot in the grave. What are they called? So the drama isn't ending soon because Media Takeout has an even more shocking rumor. Word going around Houston is that Jalen also has another woman pregnant, a beautiful bottle girl at Club Onyx. So anyway, it's now Houston's premier gentlemen's clubs. How is she at a premier gentlemen's club? Child bye. She is at a gentlemen's club. You see how they talk about her? She got to be white. So here's what one of the girl's friends told us. Draya is out here acting like she caught a prize with Jalen Green, but he has another girl pregnant. I don't feel like she's acting like she caught a prize. She's acting like she's just with her man. Why all the hate? People are ridiculous. Media Takeout, if anything, I feel like she is dealing with a lot of hate, because of her age alone. So What prize? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, can you imagine you're telling people you're pregnant, probably because you can't hide it anymore because she's 5 months pregnant, and people are literally calling her a fucking predator. So what prize? It's weird. It's shame. They're giving her shame. It's humiliating. I mean, I don't see her acting like she has a prize anywhere. She's just minding her business. Media Takeout looked over the photos of the young lady who is 25 years old and looks a lot like Draya, of course, because he has a type. And that's why they're calling her beautiful. And they did not even talk about what the other girl looks like. So, complexion, body type, they even have the same eyes. That young lady is 6 months pregnant, about as pregnant as Draya is. The bartender's friend told Media Takeout they have the same due date, LOL. Their babies are going to be twins, just with different mothers. So this is all speculation. Oh, how can this be happening when he's a whole victim? Let's remember that. He's sitting here literally creating single moms all over the place, but he's the victim. And that's how it's always been in the Black community. But somehow we have lost our goddamn minds. The longer the time goes by, Black people continue to roll into Delulu land, and it gets worse and worse and worse by the fucking second. So now we have this guy who literally, he's actually the predator because he's impregnating all these women who he knows he's not going to be able to take care of all these, be around these babies, like give that time most likely with these babies, and hopefully he can afford these babies. It's basically what Nick Cannon, Tristan Thompson, and pretty much a lot of Black guys are doing, making all these women single mothers. But why should they stop when no one ever talks to them about their behavior? They talk to the single mothers who they created, who someone else, the predator, created. These women are his fucking prey. That's the bottom line. So the men love the chase. They are the hunters. They like to gather up these women, and they're the predators. But somehow Draya Michele became the fucking predator just because of her age alone, which is age discrimination. And now she's a predator, like a predator how? So now these stories are coming out that he has kids all over the fucking place, just like Tristan Thompson. And now people are trying to be confused and, it's so bizarre. No, you're eating crow. You're looking stupid. You're embarrassed. You put your foot in your mouth and you try to say this man's a victim when you know goddamn well this is how men always move. As soon as they can have a penis and have some sex, they're going to be trying to do it. And you're sitting here trying to act like this grown man who's 22 years old and a professional NBA player doesn't know women. He probably knows women better than most men anywhere. Probably better than men that are 3 times his age because he has so much access to all these different women. And it didn't start at 22. He's been probably preying on girls since he was in middle school, hollering at girls and trying to get in their pants, probably sleeping with older women since forever. Because that's not, like, usually if that's the woman he's with, that's a type. That's the type that he has. Didn't they just say the other woman is 25? He's clearly into older women. Is that our business? Absolutely not. My son is actually into older women. He's 19. He likes dating older women. That's his business. And I'm his mother. So if I'm not even concerned, then why do you have a bunch of strangers worried about who Jalen Green is having sex with? Let me continue. So this is all speculation for now. So take everything with a grain of salt. And hopefully for Green's pockets, he just has the one child with Draya. Green hasn't claimed anyone publicly besides a brief statement saying he is playing better for her baby, which just don't know which baby he is speaking about. Okay. Flip to the next page for pregnancy photos of Jalen Green's alleged baby mama, Maya. Oh, I can't wait to see this. Because they talking about her greasy. I don't know if it's because she already has a child or because she's dark skinned. It doesn't fit the profile of what they consider, quote unquote, the standard of beauty. So let's go ahead and jump down here and see if we can find the pictures. So here you have, hold on one second. So I don't know what I'm reading. So they said, and for the record, Draya don't care about Jalen dating Draya. She's moved on a long time ago. And not to mention, I heard he had another girl pregnant from Houston. I wonder if she had the baby already. Okay. I don't know how you moved on a long time ago when she just had the baby, but yeah. So she probably is in her feelings, but I mean, who wouldn't be? That's how these predators move. They just jump from one lady to the next. Sometimes they're talking to 2 women at the same time, 3, 4, 5, 6 women pregnant at the same time. That's the problem with being a male. You can get a lot of women pregnant, like in a small amount of time, but nobody, again, Black people in the community are not raising their sons to be aware of that. They're just worrying about watching the girls and telling us what we can do with our bodies, even though their sons can get like 12 women pregnant in one night. So you might want to be more worried about them. That would be common sense, but there's common sense is just completely lacking in the Black community. We like don't do anything that makes any kind of fucking sense. So she's had the baby a couple months ago. That is not like, oh, I'm totally over someone. I literally have a newborn. Says no woman ever. So Draya used to be under Bray pictures when she posted Jalen with heart emojis. LOL, Bray should unfollow her messy ass. So she basically saying like, oh, she's checking him out. So what? He ran his ass over there. She should unfollow him. But again, still trying to make him a victim. He the one who ran off to the next woman with the baby on the way. Like, seriously? Because if Bray just had a baby who's 2 months old and Draya is like 5 months pregnant, the math is not mathing. Like, some things are overlapping here. Like, come on now. But you want to talk about the women and what the women should be doing to each other. So here's Maya with the cute baby. She says, I've played you this song every day since the moment I found out about you. The world's most beautiful girl, named after the world's most special. To have and to hold, in sickness and in health, to protect and provide. I promise to love you in every lifetime. My peace. So she's named her peace. And let's continue. Let's see if we can get any pictures of the baby mama. So here's the I don't know who this is. There's so many women that he's got impregnated. I can't even keep up. I can't keep up with him at this point. So this is the other girl. So this must be the one who already has a baby. I don't know. I can't keep up. I'm not even gonna lie. So looks like she has a daughter and then she has a stomach. So this might be the one that's still pregnant with Draya, or it might be the one who is already had the baby. I don't see names anywhere. So here she is here. And here. And she looks like she's reminding me of that one lady that Tristan Thompson had a kid with. I don't know. And where's the dragging of these women having these children with this guy and they're not married to him? So where are those? Where's that crowd at? Where's that group of people at that like complain about that? Like, oh, they're just having all these babies. And again, they're going to put it on the women like Jalen Green is not the one impregnating all these women that he's not marrying. Let's continue. So I don't know who I'm looking at. I'm not even going to lie. I'm assuming this is the one that is still pregnant. Because they were calling the other one Draya. I'm so lost, y'all. I can't keep up. I'm not going to pretend I can. They did say one looked like Draya. And all their names sound the same. Draya, Maya, and Draya. Like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, where am I right now? Okay, so this looks like she had the baby. And I don't know what he said to her, but she looks like she's completely fine with having a baby by a man she's not married to. And I wonder if we're going to hear anything about that on that note. Probably not, because she's not a black woman, and especially not a dark-skinned black woman, because we don't hear anything, not a peep about Draya Michele. Being a single mother to 2 different kids, has a sketchy history as a parent with her parenting, and just two kids by 2 different men. She's like a walking textbook of what they usually would drag on the internet, the pick-me's, the mammies, the married females, the childless, like all of them. Like, she's the walking textbook of let's drag her, as well as like a walking textbook with the males, especially the incels, will be dragging, saying she's used goods, etc., etc., etc. I don't hear a peep. Not one peep. Not one. Not a peep anywhere. Nowhere. No fake outrage. No nothing. It's just like, oh, just another day in the world of preferences having kids with rich guys and not being married to them. So here we have Lip Sync Jungle. We're going to jump in and try to get that tea, because they be definitely dropping the information that you can't get anywhere else. So this woman is dropping this. Okay, thank you. So she's saying this is Maya, Jalen's first baby mama. Okay. So like, it looked like somebody got some confirmation. So they say it's been going around since last year. Oh my goodness. Like I told y'all, we about to get all this tea spilled everywhere. So it's been going around since last year that Jalen knocked up a Houston bartender. Some blogs have recently began posting it, but quite a few fonts have mentioned it on LSA when she first became pregnant. Well, she finally had her baby. This is Maya's second baby. They put that in all caps, so you all know she already has a kid. Maya's first BD is in the NBA as well. Are we surprised? Because it sounds like these women are literally just getting passed around, or they're just jumping from guy to guy, and no one's slut shaming them or anything. They're always allowed to do this. I mean, who else has done this? Is it Amber Rose? I can't remember. It's too many of them. We know Tristan Thompson. A lot of these women, like even with Drake's baby mama, she was a stripper. She had other guys she was with. I think she already has kids. Like they do this all the freaking time. And then on Cynthia G's video that she was talking about Kim K as well, who was trying to be a baby mama to like Odell Beckham, I guess, and like not a peep again. No one's saying anything about her weird, crazy behavior. So we're just like, oh, we're just gonna like just judge black single mothers and act like these preferences are not out here just being whole, like completely just sleeping around, okay, just sleeping around and basically going after that bag. I mean, they are the very definition of gold digger. These women don't even have any kind of relationship with these males. Like Tristan Thompson it was his personal trainer, but they weren't even in a relationship to my knowledge. I mean, it was like a fling, a one night stand or something. And now she's pregnant. It's like, oh, now I'm having a whole kid with some guy I wasn't even like dating, but no one's talking about that. So, and oh my gosh, we're not going to talk about Nick Cannon. I mean, I don't know where he found those women at, but it's like, just who are all these women? Like are you dating any of them? Is this a polygamy situation? What is going on here? Again, not a peep from the incels, from the males, from the misogynists, from the mammies, from the pick-me's, from the married, from the Christian, like nothing. So she does, however, enjoy when people play the guessing game on who her first BD could be on TikTok. They said he's in the NBA, but he made her sign an NDA to keep her mouth shut. So Jalen and Maya's baby's name, Peace. They said Maya had her second baby with Jalen in February, yet post her pregnancy photo shoot the day after Draya's post. Hers is in March, a whole month after giving birth. Months after hiding a pregnancy from the world. So I think not. So basically people are trying to say that she's doing this to basically take the shine from, they're saying she's basically doing this, I'm pretty sure, to take the shine from Draya Michele, because she's feeling some type of way that Draya Michele is getting all this attention and she's not getting any. But it's like, who are you? Like, you're not anything. Like, we don't know what you're doing. You're a bartender, right? So, and to our knowledge, y'all are not together. Someone claimed that they were bent over, quote unquote. So it's like she basically just having a baby for the bag. They're not together. No one knows about it. He's not claiming her. And then she has a kid by another guy. She can't even name who that guy is. Again, it just sounds like she's having babies for bags. But then she's trying to get in her feelings and say, you know damn well what you're doing. That's probably why he's not claiming you. It seemed like he was actually in a relationship with Draya Michele. But because Draya Michele is of a certain age, everybody's like focused on that so much that they're not even focused on the fact that she was actually like, they actually seem to be in love with each other. And of course, he comes out, he gets a tattoo with Draya Michele and then claims her publicly, which we know that's a lot for Bandit. So that's almost as good as a ring, I guess you could say, or an engagement ring at least. So if he's showing like he's committed to Draya Michele, but apparently everyone has an issue with her just because of her age. So that's, again, age discrimination. But this woman, because she's supposed to be, I think she's supposed to be 25 years old. She's a closer age to him, but she's still an older woman compared to him. Because she's a more, quote unquote, acceptable age, we're supposed to be embracing her more when it seems like she may not have even been in any kind of relationship with him. So let's continue, shall we? So you see how everybody's crazy emojis, shaking my darn head. I can't wait to hear the pick-me's, the capes getting burned. They're so mad because he was supposed to be a whole victim. So it's like, how are you a victim, but you getting all these women pregnant? That don't fit that narrative very well, does it? So just disgusting behavior. Giving birth to a man who was not even there to welcome his numerous children into the world. Choose better, ladies. Choose better. So that's what we're doing. We're still somehow blaming women. Mess. Next is saying ghetto trashy behavior. Jalen's making all these beard babies. I don't know what that means. Beard? Okay. Some women are obsessed with being pregnant. Weird. So we're still blaming the women. No one has said anything about Jalen and his completely irresponsible behavior at all. These women may not even known about each other, but we're just going to assume that the women are at fault because that is black male privilege. So this person is saying, how many broken homes have been created between these two? Shaking my head. Next person is saying, no black woman involved. Let the mess continue. But you have involved yourself because you called Jalen a victim. So we're involved. I mean, I didn't want to be involved, but we're involved now. Bro better not cry over his pregnant chicks because he don't have better control over his dick. Oh, wow. It's the first person that's actually saying something about him. It took only like 12 comments to scroll down. So they have the ghetto. Next person saying, this is rumored to be another one, but she's low-key, and I don't think she has given birth yet. Draya not about to even get that much child support if Jalen keeps this up. All that going after 40 gone down the drain. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I hate how they try to romanticize this degenerate, maladaptive, harmful behavior. Yuck. The community, a certain part, is in shambles. Someone's rolling eyeballs and... Y'all, this is the thing, like, women are so afraid, like, we're going to be stuck in polyamory or their men are going to do this to them. It's like, just get over it. This is what they want to do. This is what they want to do. You don't want to admit it because you want to pretend that your husband or that you're going to be able to force a man into fidelity through marriage. And you should see everywhere the men are cheating. The men are single. The married men are single in these streets. And they're trying to get with everybody that'll talk to them. And these women are just so angry. They want to blame the women, like, keep your legs closed. Don't talk to my husband. It's like, girl, you better have a conversation with your husband and stop being so pressed to be married that you really are ready to blame anyone but him. You need to just divorce his ass, but God forbid they ever do that because a husband's like her entire identity and she's a whole fucking pygmy. So here we go again with another pygmy. She's like, these hoes are stupid and don't think about the long run. There's actually what they are thinking about is the long run. That's why they're having babies with rich men so they can like literally be taken care of. This woman is saying all these dudes just pass the same girl around, basically. And I wouldn't even say they're passing around because that would be taking power from women. I mean, the women are choosing to date men. They have a preference too. So just like these males like all these women to look the same way, they all look like Kim Kardashian or something. All these women are going after black male athletes probably because they know they're the easiest ones to get knocked up by and get the bag. Like Cynthia G would say, it's a lick. You know, they're just seeing him as a lick. And then who else was it? What was the one? Brittany Renner. I mean, she literally went and made a video and it went, you know, viral like later down the line when she did end up getting pregnant by a basketball player or something. And these males have still not learned their lesson because they don't want to learn their lesson. They're doing exactly what they want to do. Someone is saying, oh, wow, plot twist. And this is probably the same one that was saying he was a victim. Next person saying, well, it looks like he knows he has to play better because he got a gold digger and his baby and maybe 2 more mouths to feed now. It says Jalen Brunson, Jalen Green named NBA Players of the Week. The dynamic guards in New York and Houston take home the honors for Week 21. Someone else says, who is Draya? Is that the girl who used to date P. Diddy's son? Well, people gave 22 thumbs up, so that's telling me I guess it is. And someone else says, wow, shaking my head. And someone's calling her a clown. Okay. Someone else says, all I got out of this is that y'all be bigging up women for being loose booty, no morals or scruples. Imagine being in a comment section bragging about how your girl ain't studying her baby daddy's new baby mama. Of course, she's moved on. She has a whole toddler and infant fathered by 2 different men. This is what she does, stick and move. So again, we're talking about the women, even though to our knowledge, the person who has the most babies in a situation, or at least equal to what another woman has, is Jalen Green. 2 of the women are pregnant at the same time, and he literally just had another baby like 2 minutes ago. So 1 baby's already here. So talk about overlapping. He basically had at least 3 women pregnant at the same time. But we're going to talk about the women who are, what did he call them, sticking and moving? The person sticking and moving would be Jalen. He's the one with the penis. Women can't stick and move. We don't have a stick. So next person saying, I heard he had been playing like crazy lately. LOL. Everyone in the comments thinking Draya a mess. That boy said he got a family to feed, or should I say families, right? Yeah, they so worried about him. He's living the life he wants to live. Well, the TikTok is from March 2nd, so why does it matter that she posted more pics on the 9th? I think it matters because she's like posting pictures of herself like she just got pregnant. Like those are like your pregnancy photos, right? That you do a photo shoot. And hers aren't, I mean, they're not even like professionally looking. They're just her having a stomach, and it looked like somebody took some pictures of her. She set up her own tripod to take pictures of herself. Who knows? But it's not enough. It's not photo worthy enough to be like, oh, I need to repost these again when the baby's already here. Usually you'd be posting photos of the baby. The baby's here. So why are we posting photos of your pregnancy photos when you're no longer pregnant? Oh, someone else says community DAC and community bussy. Child, I can't imagine having a child or multiple kids without a ring on my finger. So here we got someone else pressed for marriage. I love it. Somebody has a throw up emoji. Someone else has a sad face, and someone else has eye rolling. And I love it. At least if you're going to get pregnant, have a man who's baby mama free if you can't get the ring. Child, bye. How do you know he's baby mama free? Like, these guys be lying through their teeth. They're just assuming all these women knew about each other already. This person saying, yep, his ex that used to work for Draya. Wait, is this Draya? I'm so confused. Okay. So, because I don't know who this woman is. Is this Draya? Because they all look the same, y'all. This is crazy to me. And who's this guy? I don't know who this is. Is that him? I have no clue what I'm looking at. Let's continue. Someone is saying, OMG. Someone else is saying, all these girls want to be seen. They let the man convince them to stay quiet, but when they see the other woman, they get jealous and start posting. These women are so pathetic. Nothing going on but effing for clout and a check. Okay. So someone else is saying, how stereotypical of him, and it isn't distracting from that video or convincing anyone he is straight like he foolishly thinks. How pathetic of him, creating broken homes and dysfunction in these children's lives. The horror when all these kids become school-aged. And somebody gave an eye roll. They act like we're back in the 1960s where everybody lived in the same neighborhood. Child, bye. These kids are probably 20 different states and countries. Like, they don't know each other. It's not any, again, the shame doesn't work anymore. Try again. Like, stop listening to your mammy, your grandpappy and grandmammy and great grandma. Like, the shame isn't working in 2024. So many families are so separated, like in different locations. He is a professional basketball player. He travels for games. He's probably having kids in different states, different cities, whatever. These kids will never have to, and I mean, even if they do have to say, yeah, I have a brother, it doesn't matter. So many people are doing it now. Who cares? It's not shocking. It's like, oh, okay, like I have a brother over here too, blah, blah, blah. No one cares. So someone said, so Jalen is a 2x2 at the tender age of 22. Oh, I don't know what any of that means. I guess she's trying to allude to the fact that he's supposed to be a victim, which he clearly is not. Well, yeah, people just want to hold on to these traditional values so badly, and it's like it's not happening. So you need to let it go. Mind your business. So someone is saying, I remember hearing about her in the pregnancy. Well, so someone else saying, I took my son to the Rockets game this past Thursday, and I was like, dang, that boy is working hard so he could pay that child support. Crazy that he has more out here. Someone else is saying, these DL men trying real hard to prove something. Sad they just keep creating broken homes, so we're just assuming he's DL. Who knows? He could be. Someone is saying, a quick Google search tells me she filed a restraining order in family court on a college football player that plays for Tennessee, Horace McCoy, around the same time she gave birth to her first child. That might be the BD. So apparently we're doing some sleuthing. Someone else is saying, it's his money he's burning. Living your truth without all the polished trashiness of being a fertile opportunist baby daddy is free. Okay. I don't know if that guy's gay and he's defending it. Who knows? Someone else is saying, I'm tired of women letting these men put babies in them. Really? We're just letting men put babies in us. Okay. So Draya went from a predator to now she's just letting men put babies in her. Okay. And the other women too. They just don't have any control. They're just put baby in me. I can't have an abortion. I have no control. These women are willing participants and the men are willing participants. Get over it. Get used to it and get over it. So I'm tired of women letting these men put babies in them that they don't intend on raising in the same house together. Why is that this person's business? Okay, so your child's father is rich and a pro athlete. Why is the kid deserving of having a father who is down low and out of the house? Houston child support is not comfy. Girl, you acting like he's like the random dude on the street corner. Like, don't project. Do not project. This man has more than enough money for his Houston child support to be comfortable. Also, Jalen only having girls, that man is so low. What? That man's tea is so... Okay, we're just all over the place. So I guess they're trying to say whatever this is, Rayels, it could be a woman, I don't know. But basically saying that Jalen is only having girls, so that means his tea count is low. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but we're really reaching here. So basically in this one comment, they have assumed that the child support's not going to be much of anything because apparently they know his bank account and all his business. They're also saying that apparently women are just sitting here letting men put babies in them and they have no say-so, I guess. So apparently we are now being raped and babies getting thrown into us and we just have no control over what's going on in this situation, apparently. They're also saying that the kids aren't deserving to have a father around who is down low, so they're assuming that he's gay and pretending to not be gay. There's a lot of assuming going on there, and it's a no for me. Like, that's like, to me, slander at this point, because you don't know that any of that stuff is true. So, someone else speculating about somebody's money. Draya will get $10,000 minimum via the LA court system, or depending on if Jalen doesn't have any active child support orders. So now we have the internet attorney who doesn't know anything about anyone, but they're they're just dropping all this information like they're inside of his bank account. I don't know. If you're on an NDA and your baby daddy is an NBA player, that means you're getting a lot of bread for staying quiet, plus having their child. I doubt they would continue being a bottle girl. That's why I'm skeptical of when they said Jalen had another BM. TJ at Nay, because she stays behind the bar at camp. Okay. So someone else is saying everything is so effing ghetto. What's wrong with people? Someone else is saying, I don't feel bad. Thank God I have a daughter. He's a little nasty wretch, and the women that have kids with him are nasty little wretches too. Imagine doing all this to hide your pride. Why is she happy to have a daughter? These women are getting pregnant by him, so your daughter could be one of these women one day. Let's continue. Like, there's no way to shame anyone of anything. Like, just mind your business. So she's saying, thank God that there's no black women involved. Someone else saying that's so ghetto. Hockey and baseball players would never. Okay, so now we're pretending that they're all perfect, which we all know is a complete fucking lie. Jalen is a mess, and so is 40-year-old baby mama Draya. It's like we just go from one goalpost to the other. We're just pushing it all over the place to try to fit some narrative somewhere. I've heard so many scary stories about these hockey and baseball players. They're abusive. They're doing their own dirt. Like, just because no one watches hockey or baseball to really be invested enough to know what the fuck they're doing, but they're not perfect. Far from it, I'm pretty sure. I don't know enough about them, but I know they're not perfect. I've seen a few articles, like with, what was the one lady, the one girl, Hillary Duff, her and her husband, I think. He's a hockey player. Apparently their marriage was trash. So, I mean, the stories are there if you want to Google. So that's what I'm saying. I guess him and Ant-Man really feel like a member of the association now. NBA equals baby daddy you. After that video of him humping his old teammate was leaked, Jalen said, I'll show them. Okay. So I guess that would make Nick Cannon gay as well, because he has a lot of kids. He just kind of went on a whole rampage. So isn't there a 40-plus page thread on Tim Anderson and his messy side chick turned baby mama who's still the sidekick and dying to make his wife leave so she can be promoted? And I don't know who Tim Anderson is, but this person capitalized baseball. And yeah, but I love how people just pretend like this is over here happening. This isn't happening. Ciao, bye. Stop it. Just stop. Just stop. This is the world we're living in. This is what's happening. Just deal with it. Of course, she wants to be seen too, shaking my head. When one shows off on social media, the others come out the woodworks looking for attention too. As I've said already, very sad for children born in the middle of these trashy unions. Let me continue. I wonder if incest is more than likely to occur down the line, somehow, somewhere. Well, they were already doing interbreeding or something way back when. So it's not like it's completely just unbelievable. Oh no, not being pregnant by your 11th baby daddy. That's the same age as you first born and being his 11th baby mama. Okay, that was a mouthful. Someone's got something to say. So she said, notice how you had to mention Tim Anderson out of all the baseball players. Tim is a typical black man. Duh. Of course he has a baby mama. So she's now moving the goalpost again. So it went from baseball and hockey players are perfect to now, oh, wait, you named a baseball player who's a hoe. So now I got to say, wait, that's just for black. It has to be exhausting. This has to be exhausting. It really does. Trying to be right with the crazy that's going on. Just roll with it because this is what it is. So another person saying it's almost like you shouldn't date someone half your age. Because apparently men having kids with a bunch of women at the same time only happens when you date men who are half your age, is what she's trying to say here. So this is what you call project twins, folks. When a guy impregnates more than one woman at the same time and the kids are born close in age. Draya is almost due. The women look the same too, so he has a type. Yeah, that's one thing I can tell you. He has a type, and they seem to have a type because they're dating athletes. And they're probably all black athletes. So thanks for bringing this up, LOL. I was going to ask if it was ever confirmed if Jalen was TJ's baby daddy. Okay, so they were saying like he has another possible one named TJ. So I'm saying all of those ugly arse fonts who were praising Draya for pulling this 22-year-old kid need to bring their behinds in here. I don't know what a font is, so that's something new that's being thrown out there apparently. I don't know who was praising Draya either, but why is she so angry about it? I don't know. Because like either way, you're not getting anything. So why are you worried what this woman's doing? Wait a minute, Draya got knocked up by her ex-employee's ex. Don't the first bae get the most child support? One thing I'm not seeing is anybody admitting that this Kang that they said was a victim is really no victim. So someone else said he's not black, but you tried it. Someone else is saying, why do some older women like to roll out the red carpet for drama into their lives? The money is not worth it. This is so gross on so many levels between Draya and that very young boy. So here's someone infantilizing this grown man. Did she really just call him a very young boy? Okay. I can't. I don't even know what to say anymore. These people are crazy. They're crazy. And people liked that comment. Like she said something. Someone is saying, I don't buy that Draya doesn't know this. And if she didn't, I don't feel bad for anyone but the children. Anywho. Next person saying all these random kids and the whole time he's gay. This is crazy. So now we're still pushing the gay narrative. Someone else is saying, because I thought he was a victim. Now he's gay. I'm confused. Finally someone who's normal. They say, is LSA done infantilizing this grown as adult male? He knows how babies are made. He is actively impregnating multiple women, including Draya. Yet let LSA tell he's a boy? Right. Someone's trying to call her a clown and put a thumbs down, bitch. This is a grown man. This is a grown man. Any way you slice it, this is a grown ass man. I know you all just love to worship black males. If he is black, I don't know what he is now at this point because someone said something about him not being black. I don't know, but you all love to baby them so much and coddle. It's a grown man. Deal with it. I also noticed most of the ire in this thread is directed at the women. Yep. And yet this grown-ass adult male is going around knocking up multiple women. He also needs to choose better, as women so often get told. Literally like the only person that has any goddamn sense on this page. For real, dude is definitely still in the closet. They're like talking about something completely, like, who cares? He has 3 babies, okay? At minimum. I don't care if he's in the damn sewer somewhere. Like, he's having babies left and right. The babies are real. So it doesn't matter what his what do you call it, sexual orientation is. It doesn't matter. It's just a way of them deflecting and refusing to like admit that they were wrong. Because all these people that's like not saying what they want to say. He's not a victim. That's what you need to be saying. So I'm saying exactly. Baby number one definitely wants to be seen. Oh, baby mama number one definitely wants to be seen. Child, she probably gonna start sending Blanc's tea. She probably wait until Draya give birth. So we're still focusing on the women. This is nasty, but I'm also loving the fact that we are unaffected. Wasn't Jalen a teen father too? Or it might have been another one of those young NBA players. So this is saying that part. So we're seeing basically the preferences becoming single moms left and right, raising up their numbers to catch up with black women because they're dealing with these black males. So there you go. So this is saying the only one who has any kind of sense says he's not a kid. He's a man. Okay, and I love it because this person is saying like, oh, people are praying Draya for pulling this 22-year-old kid need to. They're never gonna let black males. They can literally have a foot in the grave, and they're still gonna be calling them kid and boy until a white guy does it. Now it's a problem. So someone is saying, but Draya took advantage of this boy. Exactly, loving it. Thank you. Why did it take me to the second page to have to bring that up? Because y'all know y'all was wrong. He's not a victim. You looking crazy right now because you were defending him and jumping through hoops, putting your capes on, crying a river about a grown man sticking his peen where he wants to and having a baby with a woman that he seems to be very happy with because he's getting tattoos and claiming her in public, etc., like giving interviews and mentioning her as his family, so on and so forth, which she is. I mean, she has a baby on the way, so he seems to be fine. And nobody wants to admit, like, oh, we were wrong. We thought he was his little angel who was taken advantage of. And he's really out here he's the one sticking and moving. So she's saying, Draya took advantage of this boy. He didn't know how sex worked into Draya. It's almost like if you have unprotected sex with multiple women, babies might happen. LOL. If he were still in school, he'd be a junior/senior. And that's old enough to know how condoms and babies work. But y'all love playing like he's 12. Clearly, he has poor peen control, and I agree. Someone is saying he's a kid man, just determined to make him a boy. Oh, wow, the plot thickens. Someone is saying, Draya just have the babies and give them away. Laughing my butt off. Someone is saying, people found it creepy because she's the same age as her son. He's the same age as her son, but it's still not your business. Jalen may be an F-boy, but Draya is still creepy for getting with a guy the same age as her son and someone she knew when he was underage. Both things can be true. But he's still not a boy. So, moving on. He's still not a boy and he's still not a victim. So it says, the next person is saying, she has $1 million business. She's not going to get a big bag. Okay, so we're pocketbook watching. And this one is saying, thank you. The way they were treating this man, you'd think he was a 12-year-old. Meanwhile, he's a grown-ass male who knows exactly how sex works. He's just reckless and promiscuous like most of these athletes. Exactly. Someone trying to give her a clown emoji because they're crying in their soup. These are whoever's crying and giving clown or sad face or thumbs down, they all were trying to say he was a victim last week. Someone is saying these hoes are silly. I don't know if they're talking about Jalen, the women, or all of them. Someone is saying, Lord, that mix got mileage on it like a 92 Chevy Silverado. And someone's throwing up and I'm with them on it. Women, this has to be a man because women don't talk like that. Someone is saying those, well, nowadays, who knows anymore? Someone is saying those hoes don't give a muck. They're just glad they're having a paycheck baby. You would think these dumbass men would know better. Poor kids being born to cluster muck parents. They do know better, and they just don't care. Next one is saying, it's not about the baby, it's about the check that comes with the baby. Big difference. Yeah, someone's like, some women are obsessed with being pregnant. Or just obsessed with money, or both. And really still not our business. So, Lord, they about to have a field day with his behind. Yup. Because you all infantilizing him, and now it's coming out that he wasn't really that much of a victim, was he? Like anyone with eyeballs will know this guy is no victim. And they did the same thing with Brittany Renner. I mean, these are professional athletes. We know how they get down and how all these women are just handed over to them, but now they're suddenly victims. So I'm saying, baby, this is drama. I love a good battle of baby mamas. This is probably a male. Who knows? But that's ghetto. Jalen Green is desperately trying to hide something. He's moving way too carelessly. Seriously, he's moving like all the other black males out there that are athletes that have a complete plethora of women to pick from. Like, imagine just being a normal guy, and then, I mean, you're already a hoe, and then you become a professional athlete, and they're sending women to you left and right. Like, how do you think the guy will move? Okay, exactly. I imagine that's the goal for many of them. Always wonder how long they plan this out or what the method is. Meaning, are you sleeping with him, no protection, knowing he's sleeping with multiple others, just hoping you catch a seat amongst the group? Or is it a turkey-baster situation? I don't know if that even works. I just can't imagine opening yourself to the STI that could contact amongst multiple women and run that risk. There's no way. I think this is a slip up for these women. Draya, Joey, who's next? Do men under 25 always shoot the club up? LOL, I'm so confused. Men over 25 do it as well. But let's continue. Next one is saying that's one of the first sign of DL. Men too. So I'm just saying, let them tell it. All these women took advantage of him. LOL. We see the jig. Ciao. And it's like out of like all these comments, only like 3 people have called his ass out. Black men have zero sexual control. It's crazy. It's not hard to put on a condom. OMG. And it's really not. And why they getting a thumbs down? It's true. It's like put a condom on. These N-words make y'all look stupid every time. Blah, blah, blah. He's a child. He's being taken advantage of. He doesn't know what he's doing. A 3x3 before 23. This is your boy King. Child. I love it. I love it. Because these women they don't want to admit. And the males, I don't know if they were saying stuff too, but they don't want to admit, like, we were just caping for this dude and defending him and victimizing. He's a victim. And they don't want to talk, so they're blaming the women. They're blaming this guy. They're blaming his orientation. They're blaming everything but the fact that they were wrong. Let's continue. They say, I'm so not saying, speaking of Diddy, hasn't he dated women the same age as his kids as well? I mean, we know of Lori, but I'm sure there were others. Child, of course. All the males do it. They've been doing it. Bird behavior. I hope she's talking about him as well. So I'm just saying, so many of these athletes are tied up with child support, extortion, hush money, abortions, and they have no money left. These women truly wish for a life of misery. These poor kids, well, that's their choice. So I'm just saying, those ball players are just like every other man. They just have money, exactly. So many average women are popping out babies for broke Tavion. I'm not mad at the women that have sense enough not to play themselves for pennies, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's so much judgment. I'm like, child, please. This is happening all over the black community. We know this, so people act like this is some news. This is not news. And the reason why I'm talking about this is only because everybody was saying he was a victim, and so I think it's hilarious that it's come out that like he has all these kids with these different women, and everyone's acting like this is breaking news. This is something that is just so shocking, and I'm like, really, okay. We're really doing it. We're just going to keep lying to ourselves about who these males are. Pretty women, but willing to sell themselves to any 7-figure peen. Women want money. Men want sex. I don't see the problem here. And they go on to say, and do these men have a light skin quota they aim to meet? I guess the black women respect themselves too much. Well, I'm glad we're not a part of it. I mean, unless we want to be. This one is saying, this blonde younger than men and had the nerve to have this many kids. I'm married with different women. I can't imagine at his age. Well, he's a guy. He's a male with money, a black male with money at that. And they just love to just have all this sex and not be responsible about it. So this is the result of that. When you have sex, you procreating, you have kids. That's what having sex is actually for, is to have children. So that's what you should expect the result to be. So someone else is saying they're going to meet eventually anyway. Their kids are sisters. Someone is saying Draya probably don't care. She just want a bag out of this, and that's her business. Someone else is saying, and it's coming from other women. How many think pieces have been on calling these women old and haggard, and they're using voodoo to get these younger athletes caught up? LOL. And people infantilizing him never showed the same grace for women his age that have only been with one high-profile man. They call them hoes and ran through at 18. Even with Trevon Diggs, this man is also a 3 for 3 and a deadbeat, but people choose to focus on joy. And of course, people are rolling eyes and giving a thumbs down because they're crying about it because she's right. Most likely it's a woman. Because males will never tell the truth like that. Let's continue. So I love being pregnant. I want another baby about to start trying again. Just got something else to do first. There's nothing like being pregnant. There's nothing like having a newborn baby. Okay, good for her. Let's continue. So this is saying it will always be funny to me how these young N-words fall for these old bird hoe tricks. No sympathy for me. That's what they want. Okay. Whatever you call it. Someone is saying this is absolutely disgusting. You had to be sick in the head to keep dropping babies off in different women like this. So someone is saying not Jalen being 22 years old and a deadbeat to an NBA groupie whom supposedly used to work for his new BM Draya. Wow, what a twisted effed up mess you call a love triangle, LMAO. Now Draya's joined the NBA baby mama club with a guy nearly the same age as her first kid that doesn't take care of his children, and neither does she. Their baby's doomed. Okay, so she just know all the damn business because I don't know even half of what she's just talking about. So I'm going to say, now, why was y'all acting like he was so smitten by Draya? Y'all swore she was killing all the young hoes and had him on lock. Turns out he's just an indiscriminate hoe. At least he's not ageist. But he has a tattoo of Draya and he's claiming Draya publicly. So last time I checked, just because you're having sex with other people doesn't mean you're not in love with your wife or whatever. Because the wives sure do take them back. So let's continue. Someone is saying laughing from the sidelines. We're laughing, but these women are like getting paid. Someone is saying her BD isn't famous. Someone is saying all these people are losers. Someone is saying other funds have called it out already as jealousy. I've tried to pin it down as other things like internalized misogyny, which it is. But the bulk of the vitriol is deaf jealousy at this point. I agree. These women who they feel are beneath them have access to men with resources and are winning in that regard, and they don't like it. What's wild to me is that they think they are above these women mentally, but they clearly are liable to fall even worse for game, if you ask me. Any woman who infantilizes grown men in a sexual context is a moron to me. Sorry, not sorry. They have literally shown themselves time and time again, and especially an athlete. You have to be an imbecile to assume innocence for a male athlete like LML. What? So true. Finding someone with some damn sense somewhere. It's like, oh Lord, I was about to lose hope. I'm like, there's not gonna be anyone that's gonna call people on their crap. This guy's a grown man. Like, get over it. Someone is saying, I want people to start talking about the diseases that come with this mess because I just know these people are walking petri dishes by now. And why are we worried about this? Are you gonna go sleep with them too? Someone is saying they all swear they aren't like the others and then know their chick is like them. Meanwhile, they're all exactly the same. And that's how all the males are as well. They all seem to be very repetitive with their behavior. Someone is saying if this is true, it is sad. Y'all, and it's going to be like 10 pages of this. I'm promising you most of them are going to be blaming the women. Someone is saying, inside, isn't this how DL men get down, y'all? Multiple baby mothers, multiple women. They also love porn stars and prostitution. Slash Draya. I can see Jalen is going to have a fruitful career in messiness. Where's his mom? He needs a hot fire slap. And some backhand too. Hypersexuality, also a deal markers. Okay. So she's got it all figured out. Someone else is saying about to start the serial breeding. I think it's already started. Someone else is saying, nah, these hoes obsessed with a check for laying on their back. So they don't have to work. And that's their business. But keep going off because you don't have any money. Next one is saying exactly, talking about Jan just mad and jealous because Draya still got it. Okay, well, he got a young hoe pregnant and an old hoe. Now what? They really tried to act like he's a prize. Someone sounds jealous, and the other woman is still older than him. So it doesn't, either way, none of this matters. Whatever the age, it happened, and you're going to cry about it because you don't want older women to know that they can do this, which we already know we can because women are smarter than guys. So, very foul, but I feel bad for the children involved. Only the adults clearly don't care about the chaos they create. And another thing is, like, it's most like a lot of young women, too, who are crying because they also like to try to flex with their little age or something. And I'm like, oh, the pointless wars that just continue on and on and on. Why people are just, I mean, people can say whatever they want on the internet. People are going to go on and live their lives. So you can say whatever you want. You can pretend you're a certain age, you're a certain size, you're a certain this, you're a single mom, you're that, you're this. And you're going to, people that you're talking crap about while you're single and miserable, which is why you're hating on everyone else, they're going to go on to be doing whatever you're telling them they couldn't do. So, next one is saying same type of horrors. And I guess hopefully she's talking about Jalen throwing him in that box as well, because he's the biggest hoe. The way people try to say that the Diggs dude was taken advantage of. He has just as many kids as Joey, and he's 10 years younger. He's been slinging raw peen like it's his job to all kinds of women, and some older than Joey. His last baby mama does porn. Exactly. They just ignore all that, but they'll tell women to choose better. So I'm saying, LOL, athletes are dumb as hell. The world is too overpopulated for this type of ish. Anyway, the first baby looks like Ben Simmons, LOL, mess. Because of course this person knows about the overpopulation of the world, which they don't. That's what I'm saying. So she did all that for $10K a month. Do you have $10K a month? I mean, you literally have broke hoe as something underneath your name. You cannot make this stuff up. Someone else saying, is no one concerned about HIV anymore? This is so ridiculous. Peace to the innocent children. Their parents are nasty whores. There's actually a shot that you can get, I think, to like avoid getting HIV. But apparently people aren't educated enough to know that either. So 22 and already on baby number 2. Lord. I mean, let the rumor tell it. He has like 2 more on the way. So he's more like on baby number 2 and 3. They said, Draya does not care. Where is her check? It's funny because they're like saying she doesn't care and where's her check. But she has these big gaps between each child. So I feel like if that was her real motivation, she would have probably been having a lot more kids before now at 39. Because she has a 21-year-old and then she has like a 7-year-old. So it's like, why wasn't she popping out babies every year if this is what she's so focused on? It's like they're more focused on her check than she's focused on this alleged check that they're talking about. So her 2 sons, which she neglected, each have half siblings from their bio father. Okay, so he's a hoe too. So as long as her check is cut every month on the 1st or 31st, then they're saying this bartender baby mama has a half sibling to her new baby, and the older child probably has half siblings from his bio father. So what are you about to do? Their family tree now? So it's just say she's obviously wants her internet SM claim to fame. I don't know what the SM means. Small claim to fame. She cannot be made by Jalen stupid trash to sign an NDA. He has to pay her child support, as he has to pay Draya child support, but he does not, per the law, pay the adult women about $8,000 a month for their upkeeping, living, etc. Plus so this person's like a whole. I'm an attorney and a CPA. So plus high-end vehicle every 4 years in $1 million home. The law cannot make these trash men be a father or daddy. These children have no father or daddy until they meet a Russell Wilson. Then everybody's going to cry about that. And then they say, like a new warm-up suit of football or basketball, these guys move on from the excitement of these things, just like the kids to Hey Weekend in Vegas, baby, after concert, after show, party by ex-hip-hop entertainers. And they're going to whine and cry when these women get married to another high-earning guy. Let's continue. So I don't know. I never said anything was facts. But if you search LSA, you will see several people have mentioned this girl as his BM. You can Google and search on Twitter too. Nobody's pulling this random girl's name out of thin air. Something has to be there. Also, too many things add up. Why all of a sudden she want to post her photo shoot a day after Draya's post? A day after Draya post hers. At this point, I wonder what his family thinks. Okay. Probably never going to know. You never hear from the family members about these male shenanigans. They're going to probably protect him and infantilize him like all these strangers are doing on the internet. That's what I'm saying. Nah, these new folks move way different than us who grew up in the scared straight era of HIV/AIDS. Next one, saying at the rate he's going, he was not a viable retirement option. These kids gonna be about the same age, so none of the mothers will get a huge portion of child support since he's this reckless. This is just sad at this point. Praying for these babies. I think the baby's probably gonna have better lives than him, than any of these people on this internet forum right now. And Draya don't care. Someone saying, hi, he's DL. Don't let the thirsties at LPSG find out. He looks so dirty to me. Someone saying crazy, having sex day, jamming people up. Someone saying, honestly, it's not like Draya is in it for love or marriage anyway. These athletes and celebs had to be spreading so many STDs. Well, since you know that, just make sure you don't sleep with any of them. But guess what? If they had the chance, I bet they would. Next one is saying, wait, what happened to the kid he had with T. Janae? Imagine having multiple baby daddies. Says you learned nothing the first time. The shame I would feel for holding such a massive L. And it's always about your little raggedy, dusty ass shame that don't nobody care about. This one's mine. I don't know why men sleep around unprotected like this. I wouldn't let an uncommitted man impregnate me again. What a mess. Draya can't be surprised, though. How do you know he's not committed? People are mad because what's really about to happen here is polyamory, and nobody wants that. So, someone else is saying, just here for the 10 comments, by the way, his black painted fingernails are so distracting. It's funny because I didn't even notice them until they said that. I was like looking at his hair mainly. I guess they're coming here to, I guess, play basketball. En route. So I was saying, it's wild. Draya's geriatric slut self should know better than everyone. That boy and the other baby mom was still in primary and middle school when she started out. Why? Why is this making some people so mad? Because I don't know what this person is, but it says old head. Why are they so concerned about her age and what she's doing? It's so weird. So next person is saying, you never see the men showing up for these professional pregnancy pics, and you know that shit was scheduled in advance. Times had to be hard if you're willing to risk your life giving birth to these man-hoes babies, knowing you'll get no real support. How you know that? She could probably meet a husband tomorrow. Everyone involved except the babies is a clown. Someone else is saying, so he's not a victim anymore, now he's a clown. So is there to welcome Bussy with open arms, though? Someone is saying, I don't get this jealousy angle in the Draya Joey thread. Like, only birds would be jealous if they are picking older women to knock up instead of younger women to knock up. They're not marrying old or younger women, just giving them babies. I'm confused. I don't even know what's happening here. Someone is saying, he just said in the post-game interview that his motivation has been his baby. I mean, that's a pretty messed up thing to say if he allegedly already has 2 kids already. It's probably saying already like 100 times. This next one is saying, am I to understand that this is the plural of horror, or do you mean something else? Yeah, I was like, horrors. I couldn't even like pronounce that, so they forget it. No comment on the situation. Another day, another professional black male athlete spreading their seed like a dandelion on a windy spring day. Somebody's thumbs down and said, like, this is news. They've been doing this since forever. Being pregnant at the same time as another woman at 40 is so embarrassing by a 22-year-old at that. Embarrassing for who? Because Draya doesn't seem bothered. These extremely loose and greedy women are making a choice. Women who value themselves choose what's best for them, and it ain't some man with an unbridled penis running the streets of Houston looking for a hole. Jalen doesn't value himself or his peen. No offense intended. That's how they try to hide it. He's acting like we ain't seen the video. He could hide it by just marrying somebody, getting a beard like they used to do it back in the day, instead of signing up for a kid of 18 years. These kids are always the ones who suffer in the end. If you say so. Next one, I say, I don't get the jealousy angle either. I think it's ridiculous cop-out some fonts are using. I don't know what the font is. If we go beyond looks, these are women whose livelihood is chronically dependent on a man and popping out an innocent baby as the last ditch ever to stay afloat financially, which sounds like most women all over the country, like, that are married. I mean, isn't that the point of getting married, to be financially taken care of by your husband? Like, isn't that why women are getting married? So she's saying, I don't know any self-sufficient woman in her right mind who would be jealous of women getting pregnant for a check where all parties involved are emotionally stunted. Okay, whatever that means. It's not plural. It's just a combination of a whore and a walrus. Like when I say pooncat, that's a combination of the punani and a meerkat. Pay me no mind, please. I have the humor of a 10-year-old boy. Okay, so apparently we're all grown-ups, but who's morphed into boys overnight. Next person saying, you mean multiple pensions that know how to dribble a ball? That's sadly what it comes down to with these girls. Ooh, these comments are so draining. So I want to say, nothing in the world would make me claim one of these ran through men publicly. Let me collect my little coins and be embarrassed in peace. Nothing but a darn judge. So I'm saying, so do these girls, I mean, for them, they probably want some fame. So that's why they're speaking out. These girls be getting child support from the multiple athletes that impregnate them. Most likely, yes. Someone is saying so many broken homes being created, and for what? Someone else is saying a bunch of light-skinned men. Someone is saying Jalen may be gay and monk. I'm 100% convinced. So I guess like all black men are gay then, if we're using that as an excuse, because they're all like pretty much doing the same thing, like having kids with different women. So that must mean like all these guys are gay. You still have women, including some on this site, who believe Jalen is straight. That boy ain't nothing but this Jen's Dwight Howard, bisexual man with kids. Okay. Someone says they look like siblings. They really do. They all look the same. Like, I literally was just getting confused. Like, who's who? I don't know Jalen, so why are y'all saying he's DL? You are hiding a child. The Jalen character is disgusting. His parents should be ashamed he's carrying on like this. Now we're dragging parents into it. And these women are just as nasty. I don't understand the whole passing around a pee game goes. Like, they're all literally okay with this disgusting cesspool. Yes, exactly. They're okay with it. So why are you crying about it? Just don't take part in it. Good job. So ghetto. DL men love to make broken homes. Never get the hype with this dude. It must be the good hair. He is not that cute, closeted, and a bust. Okay. The preference out there struggling there with rich dusties. Woo, I hope they will collect a child support check at least. These people have like a lot to say. They really act like they know these people's relationships. People are so bothered by her age, but being a cougar is nothing new. The aversion that some women have to IUDs or any type of BC is alarming. These men willfully impregnating random women, many within the same circle, is deplorable. Like, when are guys gonna like make them care? Because they don't. They've been doing this forever. Like, why wouldn't they? This is why I'm saying you might as well just do polyamory, because they know what they're doing. They're doing this for a reason, because their money basically just gets pulled together to build their little empires or whatever, because they're all sharing the same women and the kids are all siblings. Is how it's always been when they had the inbreeds and the incest of like you have to marry your cousin or whatever. I mean, it's basically the same idea. Like, why do these people think they're doing it? It's basically to protect their money, because everybody is related to everybody in some way at this point. And because people romanticize marriage, they don't understand what marriage is really for. And they're also trying to force people to be monogamous when they're not. People just continue to push against what's normal and natural for humans, which is polyamory. And so they're just crying about it, but it's just going to be this way. This is what it is. He was an easy target for her. Some of these women be praying, plotting, and planning. He never stood a chance. Just easy. Maybe he's bisexual. So this is somebody infantilizing him. He's a baby now. He's back to being a baby again, even though he has like 4 kids that we know of. LOL, do these women think they're going to get anything resembling generational wealth from these men in the future? Most athletes are terribly financially illiterate. Yes, they make money, but hardly know how to manage it long term. That doesn't make sense. So it's like whatever money they get is going to be more than what this person sees, and they can easily invest that money or whatever they're doing with it. Like, just mind your business. They're saying, sure, their kid's going to get the best clothes every school year, but these women are just playing into these men's upper hand. No pension, no chance of alimony, just some bill here and there. Oh, well, thank God for WIC. No one gets alimony, hardly. I'm like, at this point, I think black women are paying more alimony than the men are. But my point is, this person, I don't know what this person's talking about. They're trying to basically degrade women, and it's just not going to work. This next person is saying, I hope the kids are unfazed by their parents' antics. They probably will be, because all people are moving like this. So it's kind of like back in the day when you used to be like, oh, my parents are divorced, and it used to be a whole thing. And then like soon it was just normal that like everybody's parents were divorced. This is becoming another new norm where everybody's going to have siblings and steps. Like, it's just a norm that people are fighting left and right to not have happen, but it's going to keep happening and increasing and happening. So the people saying jealousy must not have kids or are very mature. I'm pregnant right now, and I wouldn't ever do this for a check. No amount of money can keep you from the changes your body goes through or the risk of dying in labor. I couldn't imagine doing this alone or with someone who is in the streets like Jalen. support is capped in Texas, so these women aren't going to get a lot from Jalen. They can easily move and update the child support order. But anyways, someone is saying they won't change. See how the shame is only aimed at the women. These guys aren't held accountable for spreading their seed far and wide. I guess it's Marcus Jordan, Poole, Larsa Pippen. The other young players want Cougars too. Monkey see, monkey do. Don't parents, guardians, coaches, etc. of these young athletes try to instill any responsibility and pride into them? Why would they? We don't even do it. We put no accountability on these assholes. They just do whatever they want to, and you guys continue to cry a river and feel sorry for them. So how are you going to instill responsibility and pride into them? So these young men have bright, promising futures, but they're left to run wild, netting into any hole that opens up to them. They get hamstrung with kids before they have solidified their careers. They are just a source of money to these women who are getting pregnant, and most likely to other adults in their lives too. You're not going to marry an old girl. He disses her every chance he gets. It's like with Jodie Turner-Smith, a one-night stand pregnancy. Yikes. Okay. So now we're saying Jodie Turner-Smith is a one-night stand pregnancy when she got married to him. So basically you cannot win with these people. She was his whole wife, and we're still saying, referring to her as a one-night stand pregnancy, but was a whole wife when she had the baby with him. I think she was already married to him. So you can't win. You know, either you're doing a out of wedlock or a shotgun wedding or in the wedlock. I don't know. I don't know anymore. So let me know what you all think about this crazy story. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers and my day ones and the subscribers that's always been there. Really appreciate you. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.